Hey guys, in this video we're going to be checking out the AirbladeUAV Atom Mini V2. This is a shrunken down version of the Atom Mini from RotorX, and I think they originally came out with a 3-inch version. This is a 2.5-inch version. I believe it's also a 2-inch version as well. I stole all of the parts out of this frame here. This is the GEPRC Hummingbird, and it was a 2-inch micro. I thought that these motors here, these GEPRC, these are the SpeedX motors, 1106 6000 kV, would be better on a 2.5-inch setup, so it was always my intent to swap over these parts from this model to a 2.5-inch model, and this actually turned out to be a perfect swap. Everything went over really nicely. You know, all that's in here is the GEPRC stack, which is also made by XUAV and also King Kong or LDARC. So I just moved over the stack and the camera and pulled those parts out and moved them in here. And actually I decided to change the camera. I forgot I switched the camera from a Microsoft to the Micro Predator. This is the Micro Predator V2, so you'll notice the nice colors in that one. Moving the parts over was pretty easy. I like that stack because it was in this one here, the Catalyst Machine Works Massive Droner 2.5-inch, and these are all the same parts, motors and stack, that were in the Hummingbird. And then basically all the parts that are in here are the same parts that are now inside here. So the process of breaking this down was fairly straightforward. Actually, I think I didn't have to do any desoldering. I just moved all the parts over and just mounted to the 20 by 20 holes, and I just use all the same parts, the antenna and stuff. And I obviously using different props now, which are GemFan 2540s. Pretty easy to put together, and everything fit nicely. The wires are just long enough to reach the mounts. But yeah, I mean, obviously it would be less expensive to just buy the parts than to buy this RTF and then move the parts over. So I'll give you the parts list for the GEPRC stack motors and all the rest of the parts here for the build if you want to duplicate my setup. But yeah, other than that, it was pretty easy to put together. Okay, so here is the weight of the new setup here with no battery, of course. It comes in at 89 grams, so not a whole lot heavier than what the Hummingbird weighed. I think the Hummingbird weighed maybe 85 grams, so obviously with the 1106 motor going to the 2.5-inch prop is going to be much better, much more efficient in terms of battery life on flight times, and you just get more power from the bigger prop with this nice motor. So I think 1106 is a good size for the 2.5-inch GemFan props. And I'm only running 3S, not 4S. The reason is I'm using the 12-amp version of the stack, so that's going to limit you to 3S. I think you could do 4S, but you're probably risking burning out your ESCs. If you want to do 4S, you can definitely do that on this setup. Just get the 20-amp version of the stack instead of the 12-amp version, and you should be good to go. Now, if you guys are wondering about the PIDs for this, I'll have a separate PID tuning video for this. It was actually fairly simple to do a PID tune, but I'm going to have several examples of PID tuning for different models, different setups, so you guys can have an idea of what it's like to do PID tuning. So that's going to be a separate video, and I'll have a card in the corner for that video when it comes out. But at this point, I'll go ahead and I'll show you the actual flight demo of it after it's been tuned. So you can watch that and see how it flies after it's been tuned.